Hey Canucks fans, it is game day, and we might see the most interesting bottom six that we've seen in a while. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, March the 13th. This is where we get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Justin Credible, nucksfan number 29, and Lucas Gates. Thanks for your support as always. And thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in my video description. If you want to become a member of this channel, click the join button underneath this video or any of my videos, or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Also, want to give a shout out to my lovely wife, Gail. It's her birthday today. Those of you on Twitter know that already because I posted about her earlier this morning. We're going to have to play tonight's live stream by ear. I think I'm going to do it as long as we're still home and we're not, celebrating in another way, in a COVID safe, COVID safely way, obviously. But does COVID safely even make sense? In a COVID safe way. But I'm guessing that I will be here at 10 p.m. tonight after the Canucks game, especially if we're just eating in or ordering in. But stay tuned for that. Maybe follow along on my YouTube channel just to see if indeed I will be streaming tonight. But my guess is yes. Also, speaking of streaming, I'm going to do my next members live stream. So those are members at the franchise or Hall of Fame level. That will be tomorrow night, Sunday night at 8 p.m. Okay, let's talk about tonight's game. We know that the opponent coming in, very, very lethal from the offensive perspective. And of course, that's the Edmonton Oilers with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Who the forwards are that going to be defending against these guys and trying to check them and shut them down, that's going to be interesting because as we saw at practice yesterday, three of our bottom six staples in Brandon Sutter, Jay Beagle, and Antoine Roussel, all of them didn't practice yesterday. And today, Travis Green did not have an update on any of the three of them. Now, yesterday he said we might see one or two of them in the lineup. Today, he had no update. So, let's talk about what the lineup might look like without them. And we'll start in net. We know that Thatcher Demko is going to be in goal. Once again, he's been playing very well. As I've mentioned many times, I don't think it's his fault. Maybe only one of the five. But you could argue that none of the 5 goals against Montreal were his fault on Thursday night. So you come back with Demko. He's played very well. He had won 3 straight prior to that. So no questions in goal. It's Thatcher Demko tonight. Then you're going probably with the same 6 blue liners as they've been practicing with. And that is Hughes and Hamonic, Edler and Schmidt, and Ben and Myers. Now, Ben and Myers didn't have a particularly strong game on Thursday night, but we'll see if they can rebound from a poor performance. Up front, you know your top 2 lines, and this is without Elias Pettersson, your top 2 lines are going to be Miller, Besser with Höglander, and then Horvat, Pearson, and Virtanen. And then it gets a little funky. It gets a little funky because let's presume that Sutter, Beagle, and Roussel are all not able to play. And apparently these are not COVID-related absences. So that means these guys could be banged up, nicked up, a little bit injured. We know that I think it was Sutter that took a hard hit on Thursday night in the game. I'm not sure if Beagle or Roussel missed any shifts, but these are 3 of our older players too. So maybe the wear and tear of the season is getting them. Maybe something happened on Thursday night. We don't know because we haven't heard from the team. But let's just presume, for argument, I don't even want to have an argument. It makes me sad. For discussion purposes, that all 3 guys are out: Sutter, Beagle, and Roussel. That means you're missing 2 centers and you're missing 3 good penalty killers. And we'll get to that in a second. But in missing centers, forget about what position. Just in guys that are still available. That means, remember that the top 6 are Miller, Besser, Höglander, Horvat, Pearson, and Virtanen. That means somewhere in the bottom 6, you have Mark Michaelis, Jace Harlock, Zach McEwen, Louis Eriksson, and Adam Gaudette. You may have noticed that I only mentioned 5 forwards. That's because those are the only forwards that are available to the Canucks right now. The rest of the guys are defensemen: Olli Levy, Jalen Chatfield, Brogan Rafferty, and Ashton Sotner. So yes, my friends, there's a very good chance that the Canucks are going to play a defenseman in their bottom 6 tonight. And I mean bottom 6 forwards, as a right winger on the 4th line. And I believe that Julevi, Sotner, and Rafferty are all on the taxi squad. So it makes the most sense and the easiest from a transactional standpoint, that is Jalen Chatfield that will draw in tonight. Again, he'll be the last man up if all three of Roussel, Beagle, and Sutter don't play. And what's crazy is when I was mentioning those names, you might hear that McEwen and Eriksson, it's kind of weird. I haven't said their names in a couple weeks because they've been healthy scratches for the past couple weeks. So McEwen might draw in for the first time in a few games. Louis Eriksson might draw in for the first time in a few weeks. Jalen Chatfield might draw in as a forward. And then remember, this is considering Mark Michaelis, who's only played 2 or 3 games, Jace Harlock, who's played 4 or 5 games, and then Adam Gaudette, who's been the only guy of those 6 guys that have been here since the start of the season. So there's so much here that kind of boggles the mind. It's not the Canucks' fault. They didn't know that all 3 guys would get hurt. We know that it's a tougher year to bring replacements in. So I'm not blaming the Canucks at all. Before last night, they had 2 nights ago, they had Pettersson and Motte out, and now they could have up to another 3 forwards out. 5 forwards out, which is crazy. 5 of your top 12, technically. So, yes, of those guys that I mentioned, Michaelis, Gaudette, Harlock, McEwen, and Eriksson, 2 of them can play center, and Travis Green talked about that today. So maybe you put Adam Gaudette as your 3rd-line center, and then you put Mark Michaelis as your 4th-line center. So then you got to fill in the wings. Well, we already know that the 4th line, besides Michaelis, is going to be Jalen Chatfield or a defenseman. So then I would put up with Gaudette, because you want some sort of scoring. I don't know. Would you put Gaudette between McEwen and Eriksson, and then have a 4th line of Michaelis, Harlock, and Chatfield? Or would you move Harlock up and try either Harlock with Gaudette and then Eriksson on the side, or Harlock, Gaudette, and McEwen on the side? And that means one of those other 2 guys, Eriksson and McEwen, would then drop down to the 4th line to play with Michaelis and Chatfield. Regardless, as I say these out loud, they don't sound very good, do they? So I guess we'll have to see, because obviously if 1, 2, or 3 of Brandon Sutter, Antoine Roussel, and Jay Beagle come in, despite how maligned they are in the media and from fans, they will be an upgrade over the alternative. And, as soon as Sutter or Beagle comes in, then at least you have another center there. You can put Gaudette back in the wing, or put Gaudette as the 4th center, and then Michaelis plays on the wing. Regardless, I think you're looking at Gaudette and Michaelis as your centers, and then if Sutter or Beagle come in, then those 2 guys will move to the wing in order, and then of course Jalen Chatfield will drop off the bottom. So my question to you, Canucks fans, 2 questions. Give me your score prediction. I'm not going to say the Canucks are going to hold Edmonton to 1 goal with the firepower on there. So I'm going to say the Canucks win a close one tonight, 3-2. No, more. I'd say the Canucks win 4-3. That's my score prediction. Canucks 4-3. I'd love to hear your prediction. And let's have some fun. Between these 6 guys, let's presume Chatfield comes in. So between Gaudette, McEwen, Eriksson, Harlock, Michaelis, and Chatfield, what would your bottom 6 look like? For me, I would go Gaudette, Eriksson, and McEwen as my 3rd line. At least they have some experience there. So again, Gaudette with Eriksson and McEwen on his wings. And then my 4th line would be Michaelis with Harlock and Chatfield on their wings. And you only give them 4 or 5 minutes of ice time for the entire game. Canucks fans, let me know what you think. Score prediction and your bottom 6 predictions. Leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply. As always, I invite you to join me for my post-game live stream if it happens tonight at 8 p.m. At 10 p.m. The game's at 7. If I do a live stream, it'll come on at 10. I'll keep you updated throughout the day. And and hopefully you join me there. And who knows, maybe I'll even bring my lovely wife Gail on for a couple of minutes if she would somehow agree to that. But we'll see. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Join this channel as a member if you'd like to. Stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the Canucks game tonight. God bless, and go Canucks go.